G'day, I'm Chris, and this is Game Chambers. We are back again with Wrath of the Righteous by Owlcat Games, and we're doing a bit more of our playthrough with Emeralda, the Desnan one. What is it? The Azata Mythic Path. So last episode we actually found a rift in the World Wound and a whole bunch of Desnan worshippers, and we convinced them to create our own council, I suppose. That's not something I actually envisioned happening. And Zata might be a little bit odd for Emeralda. It's a sort of fit, but it's not a very good fit. She's not really happy-go-lucky and fun-loving, but I guess she doesn't have any issues with it being Varisian, and that's kind of what they are like anyway, the people around her. But Emeralda herself is more in the spirit world, invested with the spirits, and sort of a bit aloof and disconnected from reality. We had Daron try and court us with a whole bunch of flowers as well. That was another thing that seemed extremely out of place. Where he thought Emeralda would be interested in that, I'm not sure. But okay, because it's sort of Eleganes, Mythic Commander, Fast Healing. Okay, cool, nice. Now, do these guys have anything else to say? Yep. Okay, so they're setting up a camp here. This is our council that we set up last time. So let's head back on out. Let's see what else there is happening around us. Court of the Redeemed Lake, that's what we ended up calling it. So let's get back to Dresden. No, we're not going to go into Dresden yet. So we might explore in this direction first. See what we can find out here. A couple of us are becoming fatigued. So we probably should have rested at the Court of the Redeemed Lake.
Never forgot their mission. It's astonishing how strong mortals can be when they have hope.
My people would be surprised to hear you say that. Mongrels lost any hope they had a long time ago. They're just afraid to admit it.
Also, I should go back and see how I planned this party, because I'm sure I had Regil in it, but obviously it doesn't fit everyone that I thought I could fit. Ruins of Ashbury Hamlet. Let's check that out. How do we get down there? Down this way, I suppose. So that means there is going to be new areas opened up in places we've visited before, so that's going to be a real pain to explore and travel around. Might be where having the army available would be good. Okay, so let's throw down some of our long-term buffs. Let's get our casters at the back there. Yep. That's the one, upper level one. Does that actually work on Ivu as well? Cool.
I will prove my worth.
That's a good spell, instant enemy. Let's get down some bark skins. Sealer. And Ivu. You guys are sort of their front line now, aren't you? That should probably do us for now. Actually, Longstrider's an upper level, isn't it? You don't know Longstrider? Okay. Okay, cool. It's not a very big area, but I'm sure we'll sleep again before we have another encounter area. Ancient Sarcorian Ghost. Okay.
I'm prepared.
Who had Finian? You had Finian, so switch over to that. Let's open with that. Probably should have thrown down some death wards before we started that fight, actually. In case there are more ghosts around. So let's... It's something we really should have done, isn't it? Let's Death Ward Sealer first. I don't think I've got any Ghost Touch particular weapons.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Okay, what are you rolling? You need 20s. AC 30. AC 30 while flat-footed. Okay, interesting. Just sort that out, won't we? Now you I don't care about, so you just get in there. You can take negative levels all day. Okay, so this one's not too hard to hit. Do have another one there, and another one there.
Prepare yourself.
Okay, so Finian is going to be extremely useful here. So let's throw down the free haste. And I don't think I've got anything particularly good at dealing with ghosts. Just magic missile. Alright, not ideal. They're in a pit. Not ideal at all, but also not the end of the world. Fire snake. Can we... We can hit those two, but we can't. Maximize is on? Yep. Well, let's just drop that. Okay.
You won't survive me.
Okay. Not sure what we're going to do with this ancient Sarcorian ghost yet, but we'll deal with that as we get to it. Let's first try and get rid of these ones. So Ivy might cop a negative level here. Yep.
Desna, guide my hand.
Alright, so I don't have... How about you don't walk into the pit before you magic missile? That'd be nice, thanks. Yeah, that's fine. You're not paralyzed, just dead. Okay, so what do we have, Emeralda, that you can do against undead and ghosts? I don't really care about bismuth, so I'm not really worried about that. When we can cure it, that will actually affect it being a ghost because it's undead. Also summon a Mastodon, or we could summon a single Liland? A Liland and two Bralanis. We're going to do that because I don't want to be taking all of its spells and negative levels, etc. Oh, Ember didn't get out of the pit. Okay. So is she in the pit? Yeah, she's in the pit now. What's wrong with Ivy? Paralyzed, okay. Oh, the blasphemy got him. So we'll turn that off.
Endure this.
Okay. So we've got to roll pretty well. So what we might do here is instant enemy him. And then Ranger's Bond. So what that'll do is, hopefully, if it's worked as intended, so this one here designates the Sarcorian Ghost as our enemy, favoured enemy, and then Ranger's Bond shares it to everyone around. So we'll see if that actually works. That it? Okay, so let's... Are you still paralysed? You are. Let's get you out of that. So now this... He should have much better bonus to hit. Okay, so it has worked. It's still a pretty hard shot though. You shouldn't have been paralyzed still. Did that not work? Oh, you're also stunned. Okay.
Make your peace.
Jeez, she's still struggling to get through it, isn't she? Alright. That's not a good sign. This thing's pretty tough. We should have a look at it, shouldn't we? It's level 16 cleric. Level 16 cleric. That's also a ghost. Yeah, that's a bit of a pain, isn't it? Of Alkathor. Oh, still got some nasty spells left, doesn't it? That'll help fix up the con damage. Okay, so Niall's out of the pit.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
So Lan, I should have been throwing down some buffs, shouldn't I? Because you're struggling too much to hit this guy. Sonic damage. Well, let's move into position to just do it. And then next turn we can full attack you. Now let's turn off deadly aim. There we go. Nice work, Arishley. Wait. Okay, so what we now need to do...
Yes, what?
Do I have Dispel Magic?
You require my unbiased opinion?
Or were you the only one with Dispel Magic? Yeah, we'll sort that out in a second. Because what we have to do is... Dispel. Do we have a Dispel Magic? Let's remove fear. I don't think I have a way to Dispel Magic. The pitch should disappear. And then we might have a chance to cast Breath of Life. Where is it? Let's just try it. Why is the pit not disappearing?
I'm alright. I'm alright.
That pit should have gone when the caster died. It took way too long to disappear. Well, that's a pain. Oh, she's exploded anyway. Okay. Took a massive hit to her con, did she? Down to 12 maximum hit points. Well, I guess we can bring someone back to life then. This is going to be fun. First encounter, we lost Ember. Where's that raised dead? I know I bought some raised dead scrolls. Why are they always so hard to find? Yeah, they are sorted by type. Did I not buy them in the end? There they are. Oh no, where's you? She died in the pit. She's not actually here. Is that what's going on here? One friendly creature within any range.
I'm always open to ideas.
Okay. So I'm not allowed to res Ember?
You are my favorite aid.
Why is that not working? Well, it looks like we'll have to load then, if it's not going to let me res. So a little bit frustrating, but let's...
You're a good person.
At least this time I can throw down my Death Lords. Nenio get one too. Nenio should be good without it. Five heroisms. Okay. What's the duration on that? 10 minutes per level. Let's just have it running.
I'm always open to ideas.
Alright, let's get your actual invisibility. No, that's displacement. Okay. Visible mirror images.
Always be ready for the worst.
Who doesn't have Barkskin? Dex Barkskin doesn't matter here. Protection from Chaos Communal. Start the fight with that, I suppose. That's already running. Feather Step Mass. Protection from Energy. Those don't matter. Cat's Grace.
I shall not be swayed from my path.
Let's throw and get all these buffs running. Don't think this will actually matter. Do we have Ghost Touch as an option here though? Axiomatic. No. Doesn't make a difference, does it? And we might as well protection from evil, and then we'll go on in. Oh, hang on.
Bend my dream.
Should have switched to Richelieu to the Ghost Touch weapon first. Well, at least Nenio's first. There's not much you can do against ghosts, though, is there? I guess I could greater invisibility. My archers, that would have made sense. Let's pull out Finian. And then we will use instant enemy. Well, that worked really quite well, didn't it? Alright, Ember. Mind affecting. You come to there. Then you can blast. Then you can blast this across there. Let's maximize it as well. Okay, now what are you going to do for us? I think getting down that song is probably a good choice. It's a standard action. First things I think we need to do is get an army out. Dominate person. Let's get a Manticore on the field. There's that rift.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Who got caught in the rift? Just Sealer and the Manticore. That's okay. If anyone can handle being in the rift, it will be Sealer. Once per day, make any spell quick and actually that's really powerful, isn't it? Is slow effective? Probably not. Okay, those are good bonuses to hit now. You probably should have done that to share them, but... Okay, so Ember, can you get rid of... Hit. No, I was trying to dispel the pit. What did I dispel from Emeralda? Instrument of Freedom, does that affect the ghost? I don't know, let's give it to a Shurushalay.
You won't survive me.
Probably should have turned his spell off. Just keep magic missiling it.
Prepare yourself.
I agree.
Don't go in the pit. So there must be something going on with the pit spells that
This condition is irrational.
prevent them from ending when they're supposed to end, because that was... Unless that's part of that particular spell that I'm not aware of. Do we have Rift of Ruin?
Anything new?
Hungry Pit. Rift of Ruin might be the next level up pit. Okay, let's drop a couple of these.
We will win this war.
And you just heal yourself up a little bit. That'll do. I'm not going to blow through too many resources healing here.
A success worthy of
Then
praise.
ask of a traditional Sarcorian house. No houses like this have been built for a century. Well, let's see if there's anything around here then. What is this? Greatsword. Lustrous Blade. +2 Mithril Greatsword. That's cool. It's fun finding all these different weapons, but it's without knowing that you're going to find them, or having characters that are built for them, it's a bit hard. Alright, so it looks like that's it in this zone. So let's move on to the next. It's actually a pretty tough little boss fight, that one. Was not expecting... Well, I guess we did win the first time unprepared, but Ember ended up dying in a spot that we couldn't raise her from the dead, which is slightly annoying. So is it worth heading up here, because there's nothing up here earlier? We run out of mats to scribe. Okay, what do we got then? We can do slow. So not really any of these that I want more scrolls of at this point. So am I better off getting her up here on the alchemy then? She doesn't have scribe potion, but we could have a different meal. Is there one that helps us with traveling in the world? Fish on a stick. I guess we'll go with the hearty meal.
You feel sorry for the cultists. What about the demons? Do you pity them as much as their victims?
How can you not feel sorry for anyone? Is there anyone in this world who isn't suffering?
Yeah, is there anything up here? Yeah, so I'm not... This is going to be annoying. Like, how do I know which one of these little tail enders have got encounters made for us? I guess I don't. Would you look at that? I've made it through another day without being killed or eaten, and without looking any more decrepit than I did yesterday. Not too shabby for a mongrel. So is there any point checking all these little bits? You failed to sneak past, prepare to fight. Okay. Let's see what we're up against. Bunch of spiders, eh? Maximized is on. Cool. Can I get all 4? Oh, 1 survived.
Desna, guide my hand.
Is that in the fight? Oh, there's one behind me. Okay. What are you doing over there? Huh. On 1 hit point. Cool. Good job, Bismuth. I'm immune. Of course it was.
Endure this.
Just a random encounter area, isn't it? It looks like it's actually the same encounter area that we where we went into the Vescivore cave. Okay, does this connect up to a Court of the Redeemed Lake? It doesn't. Well, while we're here, might as well go back to the Citadel, rest to get our corruption levels back down. See if there's anything else that needs doing in Dresden. Otherworldly is the word that describes the stranger's face best. Everything about him indicates he's arrived from another plane. He bows before you with grace and dignity. So that's what you look like, troublemaker. The whole plane of Elysium seems to be talking about you. Your power resounds through space like a bell. I hurried to the call so I could advise you and help you avoid any missteps. Boring, yawns Ivu. Wisdom is often tiresome. A mortal cannot be expected to wield supernatural power without guidance. so you would do well to take advice from an actual supernatural being. Emeralda, you may call me Early Sunset. I hope to become your most trusted advisors in all matters, great or small. You are real Zata then. You come from Elysium. Not precisely. The news of you and your peculiar abilities reached me while I was travelling between planes, so I've not come directly from Elysium. However, I can tell you quite a lot about it if you'd like. I'm glad to meet you, Early Sunset. The pleasure is mine, the newcomer inclines his head. I'll take up no more of your time. If you wish to talk, I'll be nearby. It will take me some time and observation of you to ascertain how exactly your mana power manifests itself, and how you must wield it to stop spiralling out of control. Once I have something useful to tell you, I will inform you without delay. You see a Kellid, around 50 years old, dressed in a doublet that looks older than its owner. Once it may have been expensive, but now it is worn and patched. A scabbardless sword hangs on its belt, covered in such a thick layer of rust that it looks more like a club. His flushed, swollen face, spongy nose, and the dark circles beneath his eyes suggest that he is a heavy drinker. When he opens his mouth to speak, your suspicion is confirmed by the stench of stale alcohol on his breath. So you're the commander, huh? It's a cosy little place you got yourself here. All these walls, polished furniture, solid, commendable. Why, I think I'll give you a medal for this. And who are you? The man groans as he straightens up, affecting a proud, noble bearing insofar as his decrepitude allows. You will be pleased to know that I am Thabadine Quintissimus Hierophantel, rightful heir to the throne of Iz and all of Sarcoris. Everyone knows that no king has ever ruled over Sarcoris, and there is no throne in Iz. Or Eyes. I think they're pronouncing it Eyes, isn't it? How would you know? Have you been to Eyes? Have you seen it with your own eyes? You haven't! And if you haven't, maybe there was one. My pops used to tell me about the throne in the palace. It was gold all over, and it was encrusted with all manner of crusty things, like diamonds and fire ants, rubies and buboes. Couldn't take your eyes off it. That's what kind of a throne it was, and it's all mine by right. What do you think? Can you prove your claim to the throne? Of course, we aren't just some swindlers. We have all the evidence here, look. He takes the rusty sword from his belt and shows you the hilt, which features a nearly worn-off golden crest. The grinning animal it depicts most closely resembles a shabby possum. Here, the royal smilodon is the ancient symbol of the rulers of Sarcoris. I've also got a wart on my chest in the shape of a crown. Of course I'm heir to the throne. And for those that don't believe me, they can get lost, that's what I say. Let them go to Pelluras Fall, where all the kings of Sarcoris are buried. There my entire family tree has been written in stone. Go and read for yourself. Where's Pelluras Fall? Are you devil, what? You should drink a pine needle infusion. It'll do wonders for your ears, and your eyes too. I'm telling you, all the dead kings in the ground there. In mausoleums, tomb burials, and those whatchamacallers. Obelisks, that's right. And it's written there about my ancestors and about me too. Just go look and everything will make sense. By every law of the land, I'm king. What do you think you're entitled to? We are simple people. We don't need much. I mean, no, that's not what I meant. We aren't simple people, not simple at all. And we need a great deal. A king's palace, a throne, lands. But all that can wait till you take back Eyes and make all the demons leave. As for now, I wouldn't mind having a king's residence here in Dresden. A place to sleep and some hot food. That'd be a start. So we don't have any other option but to throw him out. Emeralda would probably not give him the king's ransom, but she'd probably give him somewhere to stay. I see. Yeah, I'm gonna be. Hey, how could you? Ah, some commander you are. Okay. Now, we got anything to say to these people? Not really. Anything for Ivu? Oh, I once met the eldest Shaika of the First World. There was a baby dragon with them. He saw me and rushed up to me yelling, "Dragon!" And I said, "Aren't you a dragon too?" And he said, "Yes, me dragon, yes." Weird little guy. Tell me about Elysium. I can't tell you all that much about Elysium. I only lived there for 5 years after all, if you don't count the time I spent as an egg. It's a beautiful world. So many things grow there and they produce beautiful fruit. But there are some fruits that you're not allowed to eat. There are some places where you're not allowed to fly either. And there are some places that kids aren't allowed to visit, though not as many as there are here on Galarian. All kinds of beings live in Elysium. Even titans and gods. But I've only ever met one, Caden Kalin. He's not like other gods. He can go wherever he wants and talks to whoever he wants. Imagine that! There I was, just flying around on some errands, and I met him, a god! He let me sit on his shoulder and carried me around for a bit. It was so much fun! But then he gave me a sip of beer and I said it tasted revolting. I realised it probably wasn't the best thing to say to the god of ale and wine, but he wasn't angry. He just laughed and said I'd understand when I grow up. I hate it when people say that, even a god. You'd think a god would know what dragons like. What do you think of my companions? Oh, I thought you'd never ask. I like Arushale the best. She's so cute and has wings too. They make her twice as cute. Ember is kind, but I'm a little scared of her, and, don't tell anyone this, I almost got in a fight with that crow of hers. I like Lan, but he's really, really sad, even when he's making jokes. Or rather, he's even more sad when he's making jokes. It's all the wrong way around. I don't understand him. Regil? Boo! Let's kick him out. Pretty please. Social always smiles at me, but he won't paint me properly. I keep telling him to add an extra tail, a fluffy one, and make my claws fluffy, and maybe add a golden little plume that glows, but he just says that I don't look like that in real life. Who cares about real life when I can imagine so much better? Sela, I kinda like her, but I kinda don't. She always treats me like I'm some little pipsqueak. I mean, I know I'm little, but I'm still a dragon. Camellia is beautiful, but her spirit doesn't seem to want to talk to me for some reason. I guess it's just too shy. I don't even want to talk about Greyball. I feel like he's always sizing me up, wondering what kind of trophy I'll make when I'm big. I'll steal his pack one night and chew it up just because I can. Dayron is mean. He doesn't even think I'm a little bit cute, I'm sure of it. How can you even speak to someone who doesn't love a cute little dragon like me? I'm a bit scared of Nenio. She's already tried to catch me 3 times. She said she wanted to measure me with a ruler or something and attach a clothespin to my wing. It sure was annoying. I like Irabeth, but only from a distance. I don't want to be too friendly with her. I mean, she'd probably start making scary faces and stamping her feet if I scattered peas where the paladins go to pray. You know, to make them slip and flail their arms about to stay standing. That would be so funny. And Evia probably wouldn't yell at me, but she'd probably catch me before I even poured the peas. I'm friends with your entire court, especially your Ranko, Warflower, and Ilks, but you probably know that already. I have to go. Then I have to go too. We have to go. Both of us. I don't quite like Ivy. Okay. Okay, so I did talk to Ivy. No. Ivy looks at you, utter despair etched on her little face. I just thought of something awful. Absolutely awful. What if my tongue's ugly? Wouldn't it be so much more splendid if it was forked? Don't be silly. Your tongue is the best of all possible tongues. Well, if you say so, it must be true. You're the only one I'd trust to tell me the truth about my hideous tongue. Are you scared of battling the demons? Not even a tiny little bit. After all, I have you by my side. By the way, next time we meet any demons, we should ask them if they're scared to fight us. So this actually fits really well. It's Emeralda with her 2 spirits and Ivu. Right, I have to go. Then I have to go too. We have to go, both of us. If a slice of strawberry cake can make a paladin waver in his concentration, what could a whole cake do? Where did you come from and why did you decide to help me? You're my bestest friend. How could I not help you? As for coming here, I just sensed your power and flew all the way to you. I mean, I usually can't fly between the planes by myself, but your power was like a guiding light, so I just flew. Alright, let's go and rest up then, shall we? Why do we have to rest? It was corruption, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, reduce the corruption. Is there any scrolls that we can make? It has more killer. Nah, not really. Haste and Stone Skin are probably the ones that we want to... What are we short of? Tail Stings. Yeah, that's probably... We haven't even used up the Stone Skin scrolls that we do have. And we haven't used up our Haste scrolls either. Okay. No need to make one. We should be crafting potions though. Hang on, what was that option up there? Does that make a difference in the cost? Ah, it just changes the DC. Cast level 7 cure light wounds. Well, that's not going to actually do anything. So cast level 5 is the max. So we might as well stop at 5. Still an 85% chance. Okay.
People
No
say
point
that
going.
nobles always have a hidden agenda. You can never take any of them at face value.
I grew up in seclusion and never learned the art of intrigue, Greybor. I am exactly who I appear to be, and nothing more.
Yeah, no. I don't believe that for a second. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's go, Ivy. Where are you? Ivy? Oh, you don't move while we're in this place. Okay. Let's go outside. We got something in the streets to talk to or do. So Ivy didn't come outside with us last time, did she? No, so she stays inside. Okay. Now, what do we have to do out here? Night gamblers. Okay, well, it's night time. And the graveyard. I think the graveyard's here. Yeah, here we go. Let's see if Social is outside. Keep hoping the storyteller will just like appear in town somewhere. Well, I guess he's going to appear in the throne room when he finally arrives, if he arrives. Now, they were apparently... Was it here in the graveyard that they were supposed to be playing? Let's have a look. Night gamblers. In the graveyard. I don't see any soldiers here playing cards. Is there another graveyard? Is this a graveyard? No, that's not a graveyard. Social's up here. Okay. Kind of. Should just looked at the map, shouldn't we, instead of going to the graveyard? Should just look for his head. Let's just build the main stable. So this is a crusade quest. We don't need to worry about them. These are the ones we need the storyteller for. Okay, so that's... We don't have to do anything special for that one. And these are all the 5th Crusade ones. The Dragon Hunt, what's this one? Oh, that's the dragon. Grim Greybor. I guess we'll put him in the party before we go in. I have no real idea who we would replace. I guess Arushale. Arushale is a better archer than Lan, but Lan comes with Nal, who is one of our frontliners and incredibly powerful at the moment, so we don't really want to give him up. Well, there he is up there. Social is drawing a fortress on a hill with solid walls, looming towers, and knights bearing banners marching through the gates. You don't realize at first that you have seen this place before. The cleric's gift has rendered the lost chapel almost unrecognizable. Good afternoon, Commander. How can I help you? So, where's the time? Compass, pause. Is it not late enough at night? Alright, let's head down here again. And we might wait. Skip until... Let's go until 9. He's still up there? It's a slow walk through the city, isn't it? Okay, so maybe a bit later. Let's wait another hour. Still no soldiers playing gambling here. Okay. Wait another hour. Still nobody. Cecil's still up on the wall. After midnight. There we go. Okay. The soldier stares at his cards in the dim light of the candle stub. Deal me 2 more. I'll double down. Coins clink as they land on the barrel. Deal me another one. What? Another one? Are you bluffing, you little shit? Wait until we lay down our cards and you'll see if I'm bluffing. You don't immediately recognize Sociel's voice. In battle, he is quiet and composed, but now you can hear furious, passionate excitement in his words. Fine, you scumbag. I'll call. Deal me another as well. Excitement, passion, and tension seem to hang over the improvised table. It feels like lightning is about to strike. I have no issue with gambling. There's Emeralda. I think she's just going to watch for now. I don't think this is a need to step in yet. Damn, I'm out. The soldier angrily throws his cards on the barrel. Go on, show us what you've got. Read them and weep. Socio reveals his cards with a gloating laugh. Nothing but junk. I knew it. You holier-than-thou types can't bluff. I was, and you fell for it. With this, Socio slams a card on each of the soldier's shoulders like epaulettes and places the rest of the cards on top of his opponent's head. Now you've done it, you. The soldier grabs Socio by the collar, and the cleric immediately raises his fist as if he expected it. At this point, one of the other players spots you in the shadows. There's someone over there. We've been caught. The jig's up. Let's bail. The candle stub is snuffed out. The cards are scattered into the mud. After a moment, only the embarrassed Sociel remains. What are you doing here? His voice no longer holds excitement. We did nothing wrong. Well, tempers flared a bit, but it usually doesn't happen, I swear. I'd worried you'd gotten yourself into trouble. Thank you, I'm touched, really, but I'm perfectly fine. I was just making sure no one else got into trouble. I know you would never lie to me, so I think you must be lying to yourself. You didn't come here to minister to the soldiers. Why else would I come here then? To win a copper or two? You provoked that soldier. You were practically begging for a fight. I was... No, you misunderstood. That was... Sociel searches for the right words to explain himself, but grows dejected and lowers his eyes. You're right. Shame on me. I provoked the fight. I behaved unacceptably. Forgive me, Shaman. He already confessed it to his goddess. You're mortal just like the rest of us, not some all-powerful deity of mercy. Be honest with yourself. After a long silence, Sociel nods. Thank you. It's all jumbled up in my mind. This war and the horror it holds. Our soldiers and what they tell me in their confessions. My own responsibilities. Lines from Holy Scripture. In the midst of all this, it's easy to forget I have my own needs and desires. Thank you for reminding me. The cleric picks up a dirty playing card and twirls it in his fingers. I will not come here again. Please don't forbid these games. Things here are mostly civil, I swear, aside from the rare heated argument. I'll be honest, I miss playing cards. That excitement when you have almost no chance of winning and the risk is high, even though the stakes aren't life or death, just a handful of coppers. But I'll try to find a less destructive outfit. Perhaps I'll speak to Irabeth and ask her to play chess with me. I wonder what will come of it. Sociel smiles. Thank you for helping me clear my mind. Good night. Okay, so it's just a bit of Sociel's story arc there. So let's get going. So that clears that. It's the Nameless Ruins quest, which is where we will eventually make our way. Is this the right spot? Somewhere around here. Okay, we'll stick with the same party. And let's go explore the world wound a bit more. Right, so we got this area here. We got this area down here too. And up here. Well, let's go up here first. Let's see what's going on in this direction. You've spotted a travelling merchant? Sure, let's have a look. I wonder if this will be the skeleton guy again. No. Oh yeah, skeletal salesman. Where's his there's his flaming horse. Why, it's you again! Good to see you. I do love repeat customers. It's a shame they don't live long in these parts. Have a look and don't be stingy. Take your pick, no penny pinching. And when you're all out of money, get some more, then come find me again. Always around here somewhere. Or maybe over there. Or if you're really unlucky, I'll be way there. Well, fine. Give me your free sample. Here you go. Take it. A heroic gift for a heroic person. Scroll of heroism greater. Okay. What do you sell? What do you sell? Oh, I have the widest choice of merchandise. Right now, I have got a fine selection of magicoinal, mysterical spell thingies. Everything a wizard could want. By the way, could you advise me what would sell best in these parts now? I have a choice of exotic wares from faraway lands. Then there is the personal protection equipment and a whole arsenal for the hunter. So this must be where you can pick what he's going to provide. I don't know what they will bring, so let's get exotic wares for the next time and see what that means. Alright, so this is Ghost Touch Mace. It could be a 50 grand. 50 grand, no. Sigil of Destruction. Kinetic Blast. Potions Cure Light. Well, we'll grab all those. Scrolls of Raised Dead. Did we end up using one of them? I remember, did we? Oh no, we mustn't have ended up using it. Oh. Reach, Bolster, Harakami of Scholarship. Braces of Armor. What is Bolster? 2 more damage per die rolled to all its targets. Okay. We'll just stick with that for now. So we don't need much else. From here, there's flaming horses. Alright, let's keep traveling. Bolster is probably not too bad on a meta magic rod. Especially if I'm going to be blasting a little bit with Ember. The enemy fort blocks the way. Oh, okay, so we need to wait till our army clears that, I guess. So we're starting to get fatigued, so let's fix that up. The paper was white, then it turned blue even though you dipped it in red blood. What magic is this? Girl, this is called my experiment to determine the acidity of demon blood. I can explain the basis of the experiment. First, we take a perfectly ordinary piece of paper. Alright, random encounter. Let's deal with that.
Yet another obstacle.
Okay, this is not good. We are definitely going to need... Okay, this is actually really bad. Negative levels everywhere. They're gonna stack onto us every turn too. Okay. Now Feshni could be a problem. What level is that thing? Okay, it's not too scary. It's big. So figuring out which sort of protections we need is going to be the tricky part here. I think we use our hat to invisibility ourselves. Must only be able to have one free, spell around, which is true to Pathfinder as well. I should have realised that. Alright, this is gonna probably wipe us. There's a lot of God, there's a lot of negative levels coming at us here. Okay, good. So they've decided to focus him. So the next one to act is going to be that one there. Okay. This is going to be really painful. I don't think even Lan can one round kill one of these. Oh, maybe he can. No. Could not. Alright, Emeralda, we are going to need... get that Mastodon into play. Rupture Restraints kicked in. Well, that's good. Emeralda is paralyzed. Of course she is. You can remove paralysis with Emeralda. Alright, so this one hasn't acted yet. Let's get onto it. Thought they'd be immune to that, but... Okay. Ivu. So we only need the one attack there, so let's bring you this way. Drop your breath weapon on these two. Okay, so what happened there? Emeralda's immune to energy drain. Good. They're focusing Emeralda. It's a pretty bad roll, Sealer, but not expecting much from you. There's a -1 level on everyone again. Mass hold person, and I think we all failed it. Alright, you keep trying to kill this one now. And this is why we can't replace you, Lan.
Now we are making a mystery of ourselves.
Okay, Ivy. Did you get any new abilities? Just power attack. I should put down there. Put that down there too, in case you're rolling big numbers to miss, like this is. Okay, so luckily I got that Death Ward on Emeralda because that seems to be the target. This is an incredibly annoying fight. Multiple mass hold persons. Like, we're literally just going to sit here multiple rounds. Oh, that Death Ward ended up being perfectly targeted. Arishale's copping it though. And everyone's just paralyzed. Another mass hold person. The past who are not... Oh my god. Do I get to play this fight? I'm not even sure I'm going to get to play. Alright, let's turn that off. Probably better off just using that cone. Yeah, this is going to be a perma-stunned encounter. With no interaction, nothing I can do until someone makes a save. Or until we get wiped, I suppose. Maybe I should go get a coffee. Anyone going to break out? Nope.
Please, help me.
Nope, we're just going to stay here.
This is not my time yet.
Is this not the most entertaining encounter and the most interactive gameplay you've ever seen from this game? So a completely random encounter, no chance to avoid it, and then the encounter has no interactivity because everyone just gets held the whole time. No time to get any sort of warning, pre-buff, or avoid the fight. Interesting to see if anyone breaks out before we have a TPK. I don't think so. This looks like it's going to be a... Oh! Sealer's out! Oh my god. So we actually are going to get to play for the rest of this fight. I think we may have to load, because there's probably going to be multiple character deaths that need resurrections, and I'm not dealing with that. So even if... I mean, we'll see if we can win this fight. We're going to have multiple dead though, I think. At least this Mastodon's still going. Look, we might end up losing Emeralda too. Okay, Mastodon is dead.
Into the fray! No glory without risk!
So the haste actually wore off. We've been in held for so long. Okay, so... Oh, she got held again, did she? What did you dispel magic? Okay, I don't know what you even dispelled there. Okay. Well, Sealer will at least be able to carry us back to a victory here, and now is tanking quite nicely. Maybe Sealer can carry us to a victory. Wow, that hurt. Natural 20. Oh, there you go. Roll 16. Yeah, okay. She's got a pretty good chance to hit her.
The light, take you!
What's its armor class? I guess we haven't... 33. I guess we haven't had a chance to really do anything to it to strip that armor class down. That could still end up being a loss, couldn't it? If everyone's going to stay held. Although these two Nabasus seem pretty intent on killing Nal. And now Nal is back in action. He's going to fight his way through them. Oh, why did you attack? Touch of Chaos? Why did Sealer deal damage? 1d3 plus 10 damage. Yeah, not sure what happened there. Nope, wrong button.
Into the fray!
Okay, well that was an absurd fight. So let's start getting rid of some of these negative levels then, I suppose. We've got multiple characters with them, okay. Well, first thing I guess we need to do is... we actually resurrect her this time? We can. Okay. Then... we're only going to get rid of one instance of it too, isn't it? Yeah. I think you're the only source of restorations. We didn't find any more restoration scrolls. How many have you got? Restore 6 temporary negative levels and 1 permanent negative level. And she's still got more. Okay, I guess we're going to stay here for a little while. Not that we have a whole lot of choice here in the matter, do we?
Oh, light of the sword, Iomade, forgive me my sins, and do not leave me in the darkness.
Should have checked actually where we were.
I'm undeserving of your grace, and still you grant it to me. And that means I still have something to hope for.
Okay, corruption got worse. Lan realizes you're watching him and hurriedly stashes something in his travel pack. So how'd you sleep, Commander? Is this something you want to tell me, as a friend? As a friend? Well, to be honest, I didn't want my friends to know about this. You especially, but... I suppose there's no point in hiding it now you've seen. He reaches into his pack and pulls out a battered, cheap-looking book. It's a book of folk tales, the folk tales of Galarian recorded by some gnome, who, unlike me, wasn't terrible at reading and writing. Don't think I'm some illiterate cave monster. I'm a literate cave monster. I even went to school when my family lived on the surface. But that was a long time ago. Once we moved back to the caves, I practiced my survival skills more than my reading and writing, so I'm a little rusty. I can read words and individual sentences, but when I see a whole page of text, my mind just goes blank. It's embarrassing to be like this when I'm surrounded by all these educated people, so I'm trying to work on my skills on the sly. I even asked the seller if he could get me a book with big letters. This was the only one he could get, and it's for kids. I didn't want you to see me struggling to read stories for 5-year-olds. I thought I'd die of shame if you knew, but for some reason I haven't died. So, are you going to laugh at me? You could read aloud to me. That's what people usually do when starting out. I promise not to laugh or make any comments. Lan's face shows surprise. Thank you. Your support means a lot. Why do I keep getting into these awkward situations in front of you? It's like the gods enjoy watching me suffer. Brace yourself for the longest fairy tale in your entire life, because I'm planning to take full advantage of your attention. Alright. In a faraway kingdom on the shores of Temperate Sea, Lan starts off reading slowly, peering at every word, but gradually his reading becomes more confident and he loses his hesitancy, caught up in the story, and even tries to inject some feeling into his narration. And they lived happily ever after. The end. Lan snaps the book shut and smiles over at you. That was incredible. Whenever I've tried to read on my own, all I do is berate myself for my mistakes. But with you, it's like I can let go of those worries. Thank you. You know, this is why people are drawn to you. People can be themselves when they're with you. There's no way I'm the only one who feels like this around you. That sort of feeling is exactly the sort of feeling that Emerald tries to project on others, so I really like that bit of dialogue. Alright, so let's get more restorations down, shall we? Got so many negative levels. Whoops. That was a ridiculous encounter. Especially if you can come into it unprepared and be fully surrounded. You know, if you got that encounter and you had even one round to prepare for the fight, you could get Death Ward down on your point man. So how many negative levels are you running? Just the one? Okay. Sorry, Amber, you will have to live with that. And Feeble Mind. Break enchantment should cure that, okay. Stop. Allies within a 30-foot burst, okay. Make sure it's not a personal range spell. Alright, Feeble Mind is now gone. God, that was a crazy fight. But in the end, it only cost us a single scroll and a day. I mean, we didn't get anything from it, did we? No loot and basically no XP. And now Ember is running around with a permanent negative level. But when you get ambushed like that, not much you can do. Oh, come on. There we go. Alright, let's keep exploring this way then. So it's the fort again. I get the feeling that a lot of these encounter areas are designed to actually have effect on the crusade mode, and I feel like I might have lost a bit doing that. Before, I lived as I had to, never thinking of how quickly time passes for mortals. Do you sense time the same way humans do? Time is a strange thing for everybody, but I think bad things seem to last a long time for for both demons and mortals, and good things are over in the blink of an eye. So true. Can I cast spells from this interface? I cannot. So can I? I go into here. I can't cast Restoration on her. It's a bit of an oversight. That'd be nice to have a way to use my magic. Ashen Grotto. The bare bones of humans and animals are scattered at the entrance to this spacious cave. A putrid stench of smoke and rotten meat emanate from inside. Okay. Really? Okay, let's go in here. And start with getting rid of at least a negative level. Along with getting our buffs out. Nanyo? Well, that's super annoying. So she had negative levels, and it removed all the spells from her spell book but then didn't bother to mention that fact until I get into an encounter area, and now she's got no spells available to her. That is incredibly annoying, because now we're going to have to leave and sleep. Yeah. That is exceptionally annoying. Blur personal, target, 20% miss chance. Glitter dust. A web. See invisibility. Maybe 2 of them. And then some bear's endurances. Got a web. Let's grab a couple of scorching rays. A scorching ray, whatever. Okay, that'll do. I guess we don't need 3 of them. I think a stinking cloud. Tasmal killer. Maybe 2 of those. I haven't actually cast Shadow Conjuration yet, so. So that's really annoying. Did you lose any Emerald? Because you didn't get negative leveled. Alright, well, let's get back out into the exit and we'll sleep again. So, I wish I'd noticed that she'd lost all of her spells.
Nenio, I like your tail. Really? But it serves no practical purpose and hinders rather than facilitates my movement. However, I cannot deny that beholding it does bring a certain aesthetic pleasure.
Fact of corruption weakened. We actually got that negative now, are we? That makes it even worse. So now we're suffering corruption as well. We're a long way out. Let's see how we go. That's pretty bad. Penalties.
Soot is restless. I wonder why.
So we're going to have a few spells fail doing this.
Are we in trouble yet?
Just see how we go, I suppose.
We will win this war.
Hmm. You really don't have many buff spells, do you? At least not long-term buff spells.
A bright future awaits us.
It's a minute per level.
Circles never cease.
It's an hour per level. And who else needs to have a bark skin? I think we've covered them all. Magic Fang for now. And for Ivy.
I'm always open to ideas.
And your long-term spells for yourself.
Mystery of ourselves. We'll make things right.
So no one's failed yet. Which is interesting. Not going to worry about Death Ward on the companions. So just those two should be enough. Maybe a Ruchelet as well. So I haven't actually failed a spell yet. Does it mean that we don't have... Does it not work outside of combat? Oh, she's not arcane. So Nenya is the only arcane caster. Okay, that's not as bad as I was originally thinking then. Alright, let's go check out this area. What do we got here? Is this going to go into a cave system, or have I... Yeah, there we go. I'm going to say, or I've just cast all these buffs for, for nothing.
I'll remove this obstacle.
Did you see that?
What? How dare you? I'll tear your legs off so you never go wandering into other people's caves again. Well, he didn't last long, did he? Should be able to charge, yeah. He made his saves. Happy to throw a magic missile.
I will resist.
Or Ash Giant. Hopefully that wasn't the only thing in this area. We burnt through quite a few resources trying to go in here. Oh, here we go. What do we got? A tick swarm, hey?
Prepare yourself.
Okay, so these swarms are actually going to be immune. That's good. Now, are they immune if I smite them? They're immune to smite. Okay. So either they've patched it and fixed it, or these particular ones are actually not susceptible, which is good. We'll keep the... turn the maximize off, but we'll throw this down on them. Still alive. Okay. You don't think you do any elemental damage, do you? Yeah. Can't magic missile it. Yeah, so there's nothing Nenya can do to a tick swarm. Nothing Bismuth can do to it except take the damage from it. Sealer, what's the duration on this now? 1 minute per paladin level. We can go Flaming and Flaming Burst, can't we? Yeah. Okay. Now, have we got anything to do anything to swarms? Yes. No. Call Lightning is not supposed to be a single target spell. A 6 foot wide, 30 foot long, yeah. So it's not a single target ability, but they've coded it as a single target ability, which means it doesn't affect the swarm. Whereas it's actually, basically it fills one square in the tabletop game. So it fills one square, so it is essentially a single target, but it should affect a swarm because it is more than a single target. Okay, let's come to here. Sorry, Bismuth. We made the save. But that's alright. I mean, I'm happy that swarms are working as intended now. Very difficult to get completely accurate though, I suppose, but it's a bit annoying that that ability doesn't work for them. What do we got? Ooh, Thraz the Spinebreaker. What are you? You're not on the list yet? Okay, you've got some friends. Barbarian, okay.
Endure this!
Alright, can we get a charge? We cannot, so let's just smite him and then just move now up. Now, we're a bit spread here, aren't we? I don't think it matters if she gets the haste back there.
Nice try. Didn't work though.
So Ember missing out on the haste is not a big deal. Let's see, what can we then do? Let's get over to here. What are the saves on? +9, okay. It's not a bad chance on Phantasmal Killer. 50-50, probably should have dropped some crowd control over there, but that's alright. Let's just get Bismuth in there to take the hits.
Desna, guide my hand.
Should have checked your bow. Okay, you're using the right bow. Bismuth is down, there's another tick swarm in there, okay. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Sorry, Emeralda. I did miss Emeralda. Cool. Beautiful. Okay. So... Dominate person's not going to help us here, so let's get... I think a pack of leopards is actually a better option, but I want to get this Manticore. Manticore looks cool, so let's get it out. Jeez, that guy hurts. Okay, let's... so we do have a flaming sword at the moment to try and deal with these tick swarms, so let's try and do that. We'll just keep inching forward. Alright. Alright, land. Step back from there.
Make every strike count.
Okay, turn that off. With your hit. Okay, so that's you done. Nenyo, what are we going to use you for? So we still have a tick swarm down there that's just about dealt with. More phantasmal killers. What are these guys? Will saves like +9, 50-50. The fortitude's probably a bit high. Yeah, fortitude's way too high. I wonder if this will work on them. Let's move here. So tick swarm's immune, but the ash giant wrecker copped it. Okay. Okay, where are you, Arishle? You're in the middle of this, so let's get you back a bit.
Make your peace.
See if we can take this giant down. So Ember. I'm going to try this again. Another fire snake. We want to line this up. If we hit the dragon, it's not such a big deal. Perfect, look at that. Can she not do friendly fire? Let me check that again. Affects all enemies in the line, avoiding allies. Oh, okay, I should have read it. That's a perfect spell to be using here then. Okay, cool. Alright, Manticore, well it was your turn to do something. Alright, I don't want to summon a Mastodon in yet. Actually, I should still have the Call Lightning cast, shouldn't I? Is that one off? Is that supposed to be minutes per level, not rounds per level? That should be on all the time, shouldn't it? Alright, let's try that again. I'm just going to summon something else just to try that out. So are these holy leopards now? Hang in there now. Good job. So I can't actually look at them? No, I can't look at them. Damn.
No glory without risk.
Probably should have attacked the swarm. Yeah. Can't really get the breath weapon onto that one, can I?
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Yeah, now you keep going with this guy. You are tearing him apart. You are just amazing now. Definitely. MVP. You got this guy down. There's nothing you can do about the tick swarm, so let's just blind this guy. Chalet, you might as well shoot this guy too. Now, Ember, if we just move you to here. There. Perfect. First level spell come in handy. Not able to do any debuffing, but we're still doing alright. Okay, let's now debuff his saving throws. Now, let's see if anything comes up down the bottom here. Yeah, 2d6 holy damage. Okay, it worked. I am pleasantly surprised.
You won't survive me. Your performance is lacking. You are lacking.
That was annoying that he had to make a small little step to get there.
Listen to reason.
No point doing anything else to this guy. He's pretty much surrounded and going to die. Phantasmal Web did good work on him. Gonna lower the poor guy's AC. Alright, so they've got junk on them. This one might have something useful. Nature's Cloa. What's that do? +3 corrosive great club. That's pretty good. That's a nice little bit of loot there. Does anyone need healing? No? Okay, was this it? This is the end of this little dungeon area, is it? Does look like it. Okay. That wasn't too bad. We definitely got the tools to deal with everything now. It's just a matter of whether we can actually make the use of those tools. Okay, let's hop out of here. And where are we going to go from here? We're going to keep going further in, even though we got corruption, I think so. Temple of the Good Hunt. This is where, in the times of yore, the Sarcorians worshipped a Rastal, the patron of hunting and country life. The demon invasion left the temple without its flock, but it somehow avoided the wrath of monsters that usually ravage any trace of the worship of good gods. There's someone on the road, get ready. I love to play with my food, even if it's armed with stupid steel toothpicks. Devara, this is the dragon, is it? Ah, yes, it's the eyeless dragon. Let's have a look at you. Level 25 dragon. What? Okay. Alright, Arushale, your best bet here.
Desna, guide my hand. Make your peace.
5-foot step. What's its armor class? 40. Touch is only 7. Its saving throws through the roof. We need to spread out for the breath weapon. We also need to be grouped up to get instant enemy. And haste. So we're going to be able to see invisible. But these aren't going to be of much use on it. Okay, let's make sure that's on. Let's give it something to think about. I don't know if we're going to be able to even hurt this thing. Let's see what it does. Frightful presence. A one shot onto poor old Ember there, okay. It's a bit of an issue because we could have used Ember. Was fire damage, yep. Now let's switch to Holy. Go to Holy and Keen, Holy and Fire, and that Holy will by itself. We'll smite it. Okay. Is that gonna get us? Yep. And then Ranger's Bond. Alright. We should be able to get him back up with Esmeralda. I think our best bet here is going to be the Displacement Sealer. Already used our hat today. Okay, so now we should be able to Breath of Life on her. Why doesn't the Breath of Life spell seem to work? What's the casting action of Breath of Life? Standard action. That's where that spell doesn't even work. That's going to be super annoying if that's the case. Frightful Presence scared the dragon off.
Endure this.
So what are we needing to hit here? Okay, so there's 50% miss chance, missed for all of them with Displacement. Why don't you just accept your fate and become my dinner? I'll eat you all soon enough. Alright, so apparently Breath of Life doesn't work. If you cast one of creatures that die within 2 rounds, apply the healing from this spell to the creature. But yet it wouldn't even let me target Ember. That's the second time it's failed to let me target her. That's really annoying. So I now have to blow another Raised Dead Scroll on Ember. I don't think I want to do that. How long ago was that though? That autosave? 6 minutes ago. So I've got the spell that's supposed to be able to let me bring people back to life if I get to them straight away. But it just doesn't seem to work. I'm not sure if it's turn-based mode or what that's causing it to not work. Is it a touch spell? Where is it? Yeah. Touch range. So there's no reason she couldn't have cast that with her standard action. Used her hasted movement to walk over there and then touch Ember. For 5d6 plus 10 points of healing. And she had 2 rounds to do it. But it just wouldn't let me do it. Super frustrating because now I have to blow another Raised Dead Scroll in a situation where I shouldn't have to blow a Raised Dead Scroll. Which is annoying. There's no other way to put it. And this poor old Nell. Yeah, you're definitely long gone. Alright. So let's actually call it there. It's probably been long enough now. And I'm a little bit annoyed that I've had to blow another Raised Dead Scroll to resurrect Ember when Breath of Life again has seemed to fail us because of a bug, or maybe it's just poorly implemented. I'm not actually sure, but either way. That's frustrating because Esmeralda has Breath of Life in her spell list. Does she get... I think she does have Raised Dead, but I think it's at 6th level for her. Does it tell tell me? It doesn't really tell me. I think she gets it at 6th level anyway. So next level. But either way, that's a bit frustrating. We'll go buy some more Raised Dead Scrolls, I suppose, since Breath of Life doesn't seem to want to work for us. Otherwise, we might have to put Social back in the party and actually cast Raised Dead, but we'll see how we go. Anyway, thanks for watching this far. If you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.